What's up, everybody? P-Rod here, currently on my way to Lincoln Park Skate Park.
I'm excited. I'm a little nervous.
I mean, I assume she doesn't do it all the time or often if she has done it. I'm a little nervous. I don't want to be responsible for accidentally hurting her or anything like that.
I'm really excited. So we'll see. We'll see how the day turns out. Hey.
Hi, Joy. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. What was it like when you were a kid skating? Like, where did you skate and how did you?
For me, it was just a hobby that stumbled across my life because I went to a new school, seen kids skating after school and before school in the parking lot. Eventually, I worked up some courage to talk to the kids and ask if I could try their board out, and I was hooked. I always, whenever I started a hobby, from the first day I got into it, it was like, all right, this is what I'm doing.
You have a vision for yourself.
Fortunately, yeah. Well, loose vision, I just knew I wanted to be good at it, and I wanted to be good enough to make it as a professional at it. And at that age, it's cool because you're not tainted by like, well, you know, what does a skateboarder make on average, or this or that? You don't think about those things.
Or fear, because, yeah.
Yeah, there's no like, oh, but I can't do it. Like, the world's open to you, you know, and you're not thinking like, oh, that's not a realistic dream, you know? It's just, at that age, you're just, yeah.
This is what I want.
You're just autopilot, all just, I'm going for it, I'm going for it, I'm going for it.
So what did your parents think about all this when you were turning pro at 17?
They were super proud of me. Like my mom, because she was there. I grew up living with my mom, so she always, that's why I had so many hobbies coming up, because she just let me explore. Like, yeah, just find you, you know? As long as I was doing something constructive, you know? If I'm going 100% at this, everything else is gonna suffer, you know? So like, even in school, you have 6 periods, 6 subjects. Like, if I was killing it at science, then math was suffering. Or if math, I picked up my math grade, science was, like, that's always how I kind of was. So, like, I was so focused on skateboarding, so, like, in my mind, that's it. This is what I'm doing. It's happening. You know, so my mind, you know, whether it was naive, but fortunately it came to reality.
Doesn't sound like it was.
It was like,
everyone learns
I don't
differently.
need school, whatever, Mom. I would always beg my mom, like, I'm telling you, just let me skate. I don't need to go to school. I'm telling you, this is what's gonna really make it happen. I'm not gonna need it for anything.
Well, it's the same thing if you were like a gymnast or, you know,
it's just
figure skater or, you know.
And it's just like, you only have room in your mind for that.
It's cool because I know where I grew up in the South Bronx. And I'm about 10 years older than you. So I'm dating myself right now. But when I grew up, I knew you didn't see any black kids or Hispanic kids. Like, you didn't see anybody skateboarding or snowboarding or surfing really very much.
And nowadays, you go to any park, especially in LA, and it's just Mexican, blacks are the dominant, like, the majority over there, you know?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And it's like, and that's not where it stops. Like, anybody of any walk of life, like, and that's what's great about skateboarding, is like, you don't have to dress a certain way, you don't have to wear a uniform, there's no rules, there's no...
The world is your canvas, basically. All of these surfaces
All these surfaces pretty much simulate, like, real obstacles you can find in the street, you know, like handrails and stairs, and everything's just built off the streets so the kids can come here, practice, and, you know, keep their street skills up, but not worry about getting kicked out or chased away or whatever the, you know, obstacles might be.
Street kings!
Yeah. The first moment to me that felt big was like the first time I got free product, where a company was like, we want you on our team, come to our warehouse, grab some skateboards and stuff.
You're
really?
Like,
I couldn't talk. Yeah, I was so ecstatic. So I went down there, I got all this free stuff, and my mom will tell you, like, anytime I would get something brand new, I would sleep with it. So like, I slept with all these skateboards and new t-shirts and stickers in my bed with me, just like...
I'm living the dream!
And yeah, it's something about like at that point of my life, that was, to me, like, that's it. I'm ready to die right now. I've accomplished everything I needed to do.
That's right.
So, that's probably the most, when everything changed,
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that because I went to, coming from the South Bronx, I got a scholarship to this boarding school in Connecticut and stuff, and then I went to Yale and I dropped out because I was like, you know what? I want to do I want to do other stuff, and I know that this is not where I need to be. And sometimes you have to just like go with what you know and take chances, take risks.
True, absolutely. And if you don't, then you're never going to really accomplish anything significant, you know. And once you learn that lesson, it's one of the most valuable lessons you could learn. Is like following your heart, following your gut, and taking that risk. Otherwise, just settle for mediocrity, I guess. Which is nothing wrong with either of that, as long as you're deep down inside content with that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but most people don't want that.
No, most people don't know what they want.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know what I want to do right now.
What's that?
I'm trying to get on.
You want to shred? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to shred.
Yeah. Well, let's do it.
Teach me.
All right. Let me.
I am your student, your pupil.
All right. Let me see what I can help you out with. Go. Good job. So you're getting so comfortable with that now?
You're at the top of your game now. Like, what keeps you in competition? Like, what drives you now? What keeps you in the game? Like, what is it that motivates you?
Well, with skateboarding, you can never beat the game. You can never, it's like with a musical instrument, you can never invent every song there is to invent, you know? Like, you don't hit a dead end. Like, tricks are always ready to be invented. There's always new stuff to be done. So it's like a donkey chasing the carrot. Like, you never reach it, but it's right there. And so to me, that's what's driving me, because it's always new. I can never say I've done everything there is to do. There's always new innovations to be made, always new obstacles to skate. It's just always definitely a battle with yourself, that you're always trying to one-up yourself. That's what's great about skateboarding, is it's not a competitive thing by nature. No one is really like, you know, like, I gotta be better than this guy or that guy. I mean, maybe there's people like that out there, but it's not the common mentality. So it's really about like challenging yourself and breaking new barriers. You know, for you, you're dropping in today. That's a new barrier for you. For me, like, I maybe could learn a new trick on the rail or something I'd never done. That's every day is an opportunity for a brand new experience that's never been done. So it's a hell of a feeling.
Look at this place. It's open, too.
What's going on over here?
Tell me about your tattoos.
Yeah.
What you got going on?
I only got 2 of them, but I got this one here. It's like a Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos skull. And I got this one because it was my first graphic on Plan B skateboard. It was my first graphic out, and I was really psyched on it, and I think it's one of the best graphics I've had, so I just was proud of it, so I got it tattooed on me. And then this one is, you know, the man himself, Mr. Jesus. And I got this one. This was my first tattoo. I got this one when I was 18. And I figured if I wanted to get a tattoo, I didn't want it to be something that I could possibly regret later. So I figured at no point in my life am I gonna outgrow believing in God.
Your Christian faith, is that something that you arrived to on your own, or was that something that you were brought up with in your...
No, I arrived to it on my own. I wasn't raised religious, and I still don't consider myself very religious. I definitely have a strong faith and belief in a higher power. But it really got started once my grandfather passed away when I was about 11. It was actually around the time I started skating. My first time seeing a dead person, you know, and like, it really made me start thinking like, wow, what happens after you die? Like, it just made me having all these thoughts of like, you know, so that's when I started kind of, you know, just asking questions of my family, like teach me a little bit here and there about, you know, what the Bible says or whatnot, and then I would do my own little reading here and there.
What else do you do in your spare time when you're not skating?
Not much, to be honest with you. I'm like so skate. Like my mind is so consumed with skate. Really, like I don't really have hobbies much outside of skating other than, you know, I love being with my daughter. So there's not really much to me outside of being a skater.
I thought I heard you were into boxing.
I'm a fan of watching it. I'm a huge fan of boxing. I watch it.
So you're into hip hop?
I'm a hip hop fan, yeah.
Is that your favorite? Or
favorite
kind of
genre?
Like, are you kind of like, you like a lot of different things?
Pretty eclectic. I'm definitely pretty eclectic, but I tend to be drawn to hip hop because out of all the music genres, to me, it's the most inspirational as far as the message. I like the general message of hustling and making something out of nothing and going and getting it. You know what I mean? I love the general theme of having a good work ethic. You know, that motivates me to want to go out and skate and work hard at what I do and make something out of nothing with the skateboard.
Do you have, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you have a favorite, I don't know, a psalm or passage or something like that from the Bible, is there something that you, or even just a story or situation?
I like a story when like people always accuse Jesus in the Bible in the story. They accuse him like, if you're supposed to be such a great religious man and the Son of God, why do you hang around with like hookers and tax collectors, you know, like the desolate people, you know, like, and the way he came back was just so wise, and his response was like, you know, are healthy people in hospitals, you know, do doctors treat people who are healthy, you know what I mean? Meaning like, you know, you gotta go to the people who are yearning for that type of...
Who are in need.
You are in need.
So I think, to me, that in relation to you, that kind of connects with the fact that, I mean, I don't know if you think of yourself as a role model, but it seems like you really kind of embrace that role. I mean, with the foundation that you have in building skate parks, to the work you do at Stoked, and just being a solid dude. It's someone that kids, like the kids that we saw today, can look up to.
Yeah, like, well, I appreciate that, and I mean, I understand there's a role model aspect to it. I don't think about it and oversell it, because that's what, you know, you try to paint a perfect picture of yourself, and then you know, photo you get caught doing something like, you know, partying or having a drink, and then all of a sudden, I thought you were perfect. Like, you know, like, I definitely don't try to paint a perfect picture of myself.
I think you painted.
I definitely like to, you know, be conscious of what I'm doing and be who I am, and just try and be genuine, really. Like, I try not to do anything in my life that I'm ashamed of or ashamed to talk about.
Well, what do you say we go get a beverage refreshment?
I'm
like
super into that. Yeah, down. It is warm out here. Let's go cool off.
Yo, that's right. No doubt, representing 213. Funk Dubious. Hey, Rick.
So those kids back there at the skate park were tripping when they saw you. Like,
It trips me out.
Was it like, are you cool with that, or is it?
Oh, I'm blessed. I love it, you know. I'm assuming you have an understanding of what that's like as well.
A little bit.
So I don't know. I'm sure you can relate. It feels really good to be acknowledged for something that you love doing. Because I still consider myself that kid when I see my favorite guys who I grew up skating with. Even to this day, I still have that little kid feeling like, oh my God, I used to watch this guy every day, like as a child. And so I understand what it's like to be starstruck by like my favorite skateboarders. And like to see a kid have that look that I had in my face for someone else and they're staring at me with that look. I'm like, what are you doing? You should be looking at this guy here. Like I'm a fan just like you.
What's next for you? In the immediate future, what's next?
Still have this summer 2 more pretty big contests. So
where?
One's in New Jersey. It's called Street League. It's like the champion. They have like, it's a series of 4. And this is the last stop, the championship stop. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm feeling pretty good momentum. So I want to just try and keep that going, stay focused, and hopefully, end on a good note. And then after that, after the contest season kind of slows down, just focus on getting into the streets and working on getting some good skate footage and for like videos and magazines and stuff. And all the while, I'll be working on the acting, maybe do an audition or 2 here or there. That's pretty much the immediate plan, just try and improve at every aspect of life.
That's right. About down the line, like where you see yourself in like 10, 20 years?
10 years from now, definitely want to see myself as still being a respected skateboarder, still loving it, enjoying it. But probably at that time, I would like to see myself kind of transitioning into being more of an actor. Hopefully, like, getting healthy roles and, studio. This is my fantasy, so I guess I can say whatever I want, like in big studio films, you know what I mean?
Respected skater, respected actor.
Yeah, the respect part is important, like, I don't want to just be doing just kind of whatever hollow things, I want to do something that like
meaningful.
Excited, meaningful, that I'm proud of doing. So I think that that's what I'd like to be doing in 10 years. And also at that time, my daughter will be 13, so I'll have a teenager. And I'm sure that's when all the exciting things start to happen, the boys' conversation and all that.
So you also got new sneaker dropping.
Yeah, it just came out.
These?
Yes, those lovely ones.
Oh, these?
The P-Rod 6s.
These suede joints?
Yes, ma'am.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm very proud of that, very excited. I can't believe I'm on my 6th shoe with Nike.
Wow.
It's incredible, like, never
all praises due.
Amen. Never thought, like, in the world of skateboarding, I never knew that Nike was even tangible for what my dream was. It was beyond my dream, so it's incredible. Like, I can't even believe it.
Oh, you're like one of like a handful of people who have Nike shoes named after them. You're tripping.
It's insane. It's really, I go there, I go onto the Nike campus, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, do they know that I'm just a skater? Like, I don't know. It just trips me.
When are they gonna figure it out?
Yeah, like, when are they gonna figure out? Like, I just flip a piece of wood around, like, you know what I mean? So,
it sounds like you're right where you need to be. And they recognize that. They're smart there.
Thank you. I hope so. I hope it's working out for them. It's working out for me.
That's right. So what was that like when you went on the Nike campus?
Yeah, yesterday I got to go to Nike in Culver City. They had a lot of their North American employees all fly out. They had this big presentation to hype them up for the upcoming year's events. And they asked me to come in and just do a little Q&A for them. And, they asked me questions, I answered them, and it was fun. I'm not the best public speaker, but
I think you do quite well public speaking, and you know, something that acting classes are going to definitely help you.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help. For sure.
You do good. So
thank you. Yeah, no, I had a good time. I like just meeting all the employees, all the people that really make everything happen, you know? And all these people, they see me all the time because they're always marketing my product or doing this, but I don't hardly get to see them. So there's a good chance to like let them know I appreciate it and I'm thankful and all that. So yeah, it was fun.
Well, I want to thank you so much for spending the day with me and teaching me. You're my like skate guru. I am not gonna let you down. I'm gonna practice because I really want to ride with you again.
Hey, anytime. Like I said,
awesome. We don't get a chance very often to sort of connect with people. You know,
well, I much appreciate it. I'm honored that I'm on the first taping, the first show. I'm super excited about that. Grateful. Thank you so much for having me. And I really enjoyed all the conversation, and I appreciate your energy was just good where it felt comfortable, you know, to have a conversation like that. Because, as I was saying, I'm usually pretty shy, you know, so like you just helped me feel comfortable. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, we both came over, you know, went over some hurdles, a little obstacles today.
Yeah.
You breaking through shyness, and me
breaking through that skateboard, you know? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. I always, whenever I started a hobby, from the first day I got into it, it was like, all right, this is what I'm doing.
You have a vision for yourself.
Fortunately, yeah. Well, loose vision. I just knew I wanted to be good at it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are you serious? I'm sitting here with David Sally and Cause, and this is Artist Talk. Have you ever gotten into any legal problems?
Nothing that wasn't controllable.
You know, there's that fine line between creativity and just mania. I think if I wasn't a writer, I would be a neurotic, strange person that people would want to stay away from. It's like harnessing your OCD.
Harnessing my OCD. That's genius.
Hey, I'm Joy Bryant, and I am a board sport enthusiast. I like to shred. And on my new show, Across the Board, I'm going to be shredding with the best of them.
I want to shred, yeah.
Yeah, I want to shred.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
My favorite friends, celebrities, athletes, artists. We're going to snowboard, we're going to surf, we're going to skateboard, we're going to have a great time. Well, we both came over, went over some hurdles, a little obstacles today.
Yeah.
You break through shyness, and me
breaking through that
what?
Tom, how's it going,
Good,
dude?
how you doing?
Good to see you, man.
I don't know if you're gonna make it or not.
No, I mean, 5 a.m. is tough.
What do we got right there? Shark, I see him right there. Oh. All right, come on. This is the frisky one here. Yeah, be careful, guys.
Yeah, you have a reputation of pissing people off. Like your blog pisses people off.
It pisses people off. This face pisses people off, you know? But, sometimes I get along.
Did your dad, was he on you constantly telling you how to do it since he was in the business?
My dad was such a dick, because he'll always tell me I suck, and then when he's in front of other people, that's my son. That's my son, he's real good.
Jim.